Hi there, this is Just Nigeria. Coming up on the program, Play for Change. We look at how the theater is changing the behavior of prison inmates in Nigeria. Daring to Dream, the story of 4 Nigerian ladies breaking barriers in traditional male-dominated professions.
You're the mighty Zebra!
And Sports to the Rescue. Our rugby is giving hope to inmates in Kenya. Plus,
hi, I'm Papa Omotayo. I'm an architect, storyteller. Check me out.
You'll meet a young Nigerian architect telling creative stories from one public space to another. Welcome to Just Nigeria from the BBC and Channels TV, where we bring you the stories being talked about by the social media generation. I'm Ajoke Hulotse. So onto our top story this week. One of the criticisms against the Nigeria prisons, now Correctional Service, is having ineffective programs that ought to help inmates turn a new leaf. Just Nigeria's Abayomi Adesa joins a humanitarian organization using the theater to rehabilitate inmates in Lagos.
Out to make money and fame, Mohammed ended up in prison in 2016. He was charged with offenses he says he knew nothing about.
I was charged with conspiracy, impersonating, stealing, and internet fraud. These are the 4 count charges on me.
He spent 9 months in prison waiting to prove his innocence. Enraged and dissatisfied, he decided to go into crime. But while in incarceration, he encountered the theater.
Theater have really changed a lot of things in me. Because now I could boast my chest and be saying that I'm an actor.
He would later be discharged and acquitted in 2017. 2 years after, he's staring at the prison walls again.
I'm in Ikoyi prison today to inspire them about how life is, to make them understand that one day, them too, they will be like the way I am if they have positive thinking.
He's volunteering with a humanitarian organization to use theater as a tool to changing the behavior of inmates. On the stage are some of the 3,000 inmates in this facility. About 85% of them are still awaiting trial. After months of rehearsals, they are presenting their play, Blind Ears, to a viewing public. A satirical tale of their personal experiences told through passion and artistic skills.
It was a very memorable performance. When I was invited to come, I was wondering what I was going to see, but I was so impressed at the high quality of the acting, the high quality of you could see the disciplined and the rehearsals that they must have been able to put into it, because it was a great show.
Olushola Oshimbo is the head of Psychological Service Unit at Ikoyi Correctional Service. She's been keeping track of the behavioral changes of the acting inmates.
Visuals are very powerful. It's one thing to do a talk therapy, you can be talking to somebody, oh, you did it. But when somebody acts it, you're able to see it more, you're able to actually come out of yourself and say, like, this is me, and then that makes you to start doing some rethinking.
For practitioners, the theater has a huge potentiality that Nigeria Correctional Service must explore.
Psychologically, drama is very tough when it comes to changing, rehabilitating the mind.
Mohammed has attended the theater school after his release and graced a few stages using his passion for the arts to inspire and earn a living.
My ambitions now is that I do not just want to end up being a stage actor. I want to be a screen actor also.
Mohammed sees every day as an opportunity to learn, to inspire and educate others through the theater. Abayomi Adesa, Gist Nigeria.
Quite an experience there. We also had a chat with investigative journalist Fisayo Shoyombo, who went undercover to one of Nigeria's holding facilities.
After spending 8 days at Ikoyi prison, it was clear to me that the responsibility of correction on authorities of holding centers is still not being fulfilled. You know, the idea is that people should go to prison, come out of it, and then know the meaning of deterrence and try to stay away from crime. But from the things I saw, once you have money, the only thing you lose is the freedom. Life continues as usual. You eat what you want. You drink what you want. You smoke what you want. You have, if there's a lady you want to copulate with, it happens. You have minors who end up in prison. While I was in prison, 2 minors came, 2 cousins. What was their offense? They fought on the streets. 2 cousins, both less than 18 years. They fought on the streets. Police got them. Nobody to pay the police for bail. They were arraigned in court. They got to prison. Should minors be in prison? And then you also have people who indeed have committed offenses. These offenses have been trumped up by the police, and then they ended up in court and in prison. And they get out of prison with a deep feeling of bitterness, you know. And if you have a society where this continues, this lasts for as long as you can imagine, then at some point there will be anarchy. At some point, people will completely stop believing in institutions.